Hi everyone, welcome back to our OWA segment for this brand new year. Happy 2020. Kind of exciting. We had a few new questions. Before we jump into the question that we're going to talk about today, which was actually asked by someone who attended one of our college courses, I wanted to address a couple of other questions. There were some personal topics that were being brought up that I wanted to make sure that we address. For those of you asking questions about LJM, please contact our office. We've got specific instruction for you. So call into our office at 505-891-9800 and we'll give you better guidance there. There was also a question about management. We're going through a few changes there. We'd like to discuss those with you directly. Look at our other videos, but if you have some specific questions, feel free to either email us or call us. The question today went about with a topic that we discuss in our college course regarding taxes. And this is especially pertinent. Just this year, Congress and the President passed what's known as the Secure Act. Now, the Secure Act has changed a few things. We have a few adjustments that we need to look at specific to beneficiary IRAs. Now, beneficiary IRAs, when you leave money to a child, and that child, rather than taking all the IRA money all at once, is forced to pay the taxes. Rather, they stretch their IRA over their lifetime. We actually have a few clients, maybe you're watching, who have done this. This is no longer allowed. We can't do a stretch IRA under the Secure Act. It was recently passed into law. At most, you can take distributions over a 10-year payout. So we stretch those as much as 10 years, but there's no more than that. So if we leave a sizable chunk to our beneficiaries, that could still force a pretty big tax burden on them. So this is another way around it. And some of you may have seen this discussion before. We like to call this a tax elimination wealth plan. Sometimes we refer to this as the Darcy plan within the office. I want to share it with you here today. So let's just say that we've got $500,000 in our IRA positions. Now, Lynn likes to say that is a tax bomb. It's waiting to go off either on you or on your beneficiaries. So we need to do what we can to protect both you and your beneficiaries from that tax bomb. Let's say we've got two kids, Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill are our beneficiaries. After we pass away, we want to make sure that they inherit that money. Unfortunately, there's a third beneficiary that comes in. That beneficiary is Uncle Sam. Depending on where the kids live, they could be forced into one of the highest tax brackets. There's Medicare surcharges, there are all kinds of nasty things that happen. It's a sizable tax bill. And when you look at the numbers, Uncle Sam actually comes out better than Jack and Jill ever do. He inherits more money than my kids do. That's a problem. So there's a way around this. The way that we set this up is to do what's called a tax diversion plan, tax elimination wealth transfer, a Darcy plan. What this says is we purchase life insurance. We buy a $500,000 life insurance contract. Well, that's kind of weird. We're retired, we don't need life insurance. We use life insurance specific for legacy planning. The type of insurance we use here is called permanent insurance. I like to refer to this as permanent term. It's the cheapest insurance that you can get that's guaranteed to be there when you pass away. This $500,000 policy will be left to Jack and Jill, and they can inherit this money completely tax-free. That's one of the benefits of life insurance, is you don't have to pay taxes on any of the proceeds there. So we leave this money to our children completely tax-free. Now, this is going to cost something. This is going to cost, usually, depending on health and a couple of other factors, usually between 1% and 3% of that death benefit every year. 1% to 3%, that doesn't sound like very much. Well, let's put some dollar amounts here. That could cost anywhere from, 1% of this is $5,000, all the way up to $15,000 per year. Wow, that's a lot of money. We have to make sure that this is merited. If we have a concern about taxes, then we need to make sure that we address this. $5,000 to $15,000 a year goes to fund this permanent policy that pays out for your kids when you pass away. So that's a nice benefit. We've taken care of the kids, we've taken care of our children beneficiaries. What do we do next? This is still a problem. If we want to eliminate the taxes that we pay, if we want to reduce those taxes down to the lowest amount possible, then we need to do a little bit more planning here. We've taken care of the kids. With our IRA qualified assets that we have to pay taxes on, it might make sense to leave that money to a charity or to multiple charities. As long as those organizations are set up as a 501c3 or a 501c4, guess what? They can inherit that IRA money completely tax-free. How is that? We take care of our kids, they inherit a tax-free benefit. We take care of an organization that we care about, whether it's a church, whether it's an organization that does good in the world, whether it's Animal Humane or NPR or any of those, we can leave money to those organizations completely tax-free and create a legacy. So we take care of our kids, we take care of an organization that we care about, and we reduce or eliminate the taxes that we need to pay on our retirement accounts. Now, everyone's a little bit different. We have to look at a number of different factors. The first step is to make sure that you're insurable. That's kind of a tricky part. We need to sit down and review and make sure that this is a strategy that works for you. But we have a number of clients that are doing this right now. It's a very powerful strategy to reduce or eliminate our taxes. And now that the Secure Act is in place and forbids our children beneficiaries from electing an inherited or stretch IRA, this is a very viable option that we should consider. Great question. We'd love to hear it. Please call our office if you have any questions or concerns. Make sure that you like or subscribe this video, and make sure to continue submitting your questions through our online resource. We'd love to answer them. This is a good question. Thank you very much and have a great 2020.